welcome to Successfully Spiritual. So we are with Michelle Hill. Hello, how are you? Good. And Michelle is a Reiki healer. And why don't you tell us a little about yourself? I am, intuitive healer, but a Reiki Master and a certified crystal healer, and currently doing the Light Code Activations, or I like to call them Ascension Activation. So really cool stuff. So that's basically what I'm doing right now. I want to hear more about your ascension transmission. Or about your activation. Okay, we were talking about that earlier, but everybody else probably wants to hear about it. Yeah, they want to know what this is, right? So you may have heard of Light Code Activation, and please chime in, right? So what I know is that we each have these source codes within us that are now being activated through light language, or what I do is I just witness my council of lights activating people. And it's to help with the ascension process. So everyone in this, on the 3D plane, more on a denser level, right? Mm-hmm. So these light activations will help upgrade our bodies, our DNA, to move into 5D, 6D. So that's exciting. That's what I see.
No, that's exciting. I love it.
Right?
Yeah, that's kind of how I see it too. It's just help us to carry a higher frequency, since our planet is vibrating at a higher frequency. So we need to align ourselves. So it's realigning us.
It's upgrading our DNA. Right. It's clearing out all the karmic baggage, and I've seen getting rid of ancestral patterns that are no longer needed, right? And then also I've seen soul fragments that have been lost coming back in, and it's almost like it lines up in the body. So it's essentially for one person, they were a healer in their past life, and what happened was they were fearful of stepping into that, and they didn't have their abilities. So it's almost like this activation brought back these abilities.
That's really cool.
It's kind of cool.
That's really neat.
We were like, my guys were like, okay, we're gonna get her healing ability. She'll remember her healing abilities that she had in the past. I love that.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's about. I mean, that's why I always tell people, like, it's about that we're all intuitive. Everybody's intuitive.
We all have it.
Right.
Yes.
But somehow along the line, some of us have blocked that. Either our own fears that we've created, or past life memories that have stopped us. And so that's really cool that you're healing that aspect of them and then bringing that back in. That's really awesome.
And something else that we've talked about before, but for me and what I've channeled is, we have a lot of baggage, right, from whether past lives, like you said, or just traumatic events that happened as a child. And so those need to be released and cleared in order for the body to accept these activations and transmissions. And one of the transmissions really does that, is really, helps clear, but I do Reiki beforehand to help prepare the body for that.
Yeah.
So I'll know whether or not the person is ready for the activation.
So can someone just come and say, like, I want a star activation? Like, if they were to book a session with you, would they say, like, I want to be star activation?
Yes. So I have that on my website. So that's a separate, package. But I will kind of assess, and I'll just ask my guides or the council if they're ready or not. But if they come to me asking for a star activation, it's almost like, yeah, they're ready.
Yeah, they know. They know something inside of them is like guiding them to this.
Right.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. But sometimes, they might need a full session from me to clear out some history, So I'll just kind of assess it while they're here or prior.
So how long have you been doing, how long have you been a Reiki healer?
Wow, Reiki healer. I'd say actively for about a year now.
Okay.
I think I told you before, and it's so interesting. I remember telling you, I'm not going to do Reiki. Do you remember that?
No, you said that?
I was like, I'm not going to do Reiki.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's not for me. Not really. And then all of a sudden, I just got called to do it. And my guides were saying, look, this is how you're going to learn. This is how you're going to enhance your intuition.
Right.
And so then I fell in love with it, because I love helping people.
Yeah.
You know, light workers. We're just, and I did a video about this yesterday. I was like, I met someone yesterday and they said, oh, I have some nerve pain. I immediately want to help them. I just want to help everyone.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, we have to just kind of
be patient
But that's like my sole purpose and destiny to help people. So that's my immediate response. Like, I have to help them.
Right. I know. I'm always like, I was telling my mom, I was driving here today, and she's like, you're in such a bad mood. Yeah, I'm not now. But I was like, I'm so frustrated. I was like, because I have 4 children, and I was like, my work, I can only give it to in spurts. You know, I give an hour here, I go 2 hours here, 3 hours. But I love helping people. I love doing this. That it's hard. It made me frustrated that I can't sit and, you know, and do it for like 5 hours straight a day and just be like, okay, I'm in it and I love it. So yeah.
We have our human the aspect of us, and it's funny that you said that because I went to Sedona and I got a reading. I got a reading
in Sedona.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, magical!
And my husband was there, and this is the first reading. And she said to him, she's like, "Look, she's been a healer in many lifetimes, but this lifetime, she chose to have a family, to have a relationship, but." Make no mistake, she has the healer within her that needs to come out. Awesome. But I chose those other things around it. So
that makes sense.
That helps me because I want to do what you're saying is 24/7.
Right.
I want to do this work. But I have kids and I have a husband that keep me grounded.
I needed that.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. That was a really good perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I needed that.
Yeah. So it was fun.
Yeah. I know, I was going to say I could be like this little like nomad that lives in like a cave and just like...
Yeah, and that's what I did.
We probably was in the past life.
We did. I did that too. She's like, you didn't do that, you didn't do this, you know what I mean? And she's like, this lifetime, you're like, you're doing that, I'm doing that this lifetime. I was cracking up. Okay.
So tell me about the crystal. You mentioned you do crystal healing?
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I was certified in crystal healing. I've always just felt drawn to crystals. In fact, I hold one every night when I sleep.
While you're sleeping?
Oh, wow. Surprisingly, it stays up. Sometimes it's when you're up and I'm trying to find it. But, so, as you know, crystals have healing properties and have a certain vibration. So when my client's on the table, I will put the crystals on each chakra and, you know, color coordinated with each chakra. And I just feel that that's my tool and a way to help open up the chakra. And
that's really neat.
And I give them a little crystal bag.
Oh, yeah. I want to study that more.
Yeah, I know. It's fascinating. And some people don't resonate as much with crystals, but it just depends. You know, it's kind of like essential oils, everything. All these things are vibrations.
Yeah, I feel like for some reason, like I know there was a period, like especially as like a Reiki healer, that crystals seem to kind of drift away a little bit. Like for me, at least, I saw them kind of like maybe downplayed a little bit. Maybe not for others, but that was what for some reason now I'm feeling like the vibration of them is even rising like higher. Doesn't it feel like that?
Maybe something's happening. I don't know, I feel like that. You know, but for me, they're very powerful. Super powerful. And ever since I've been holding that crystal to sleep, it's like a grounding crystal because I can be in la la land, right? Probably floating astral traveling. So I hold it to keep it.
Oh, that's awesome. I need to try that. Like I wake up and I'm like, ground. Well, I'm just like, I'm so spiraling out and messages and all that kind of fun stuff.
So something else that I've been doing is medical intuitive.
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
Because that's my passion. So as you know, I have thyroid cancer, and so I'm really passionate about healing physical body, obviously emotional tends to cause the physical. But so going through that whole ordeal has just created this passion within me about health issues. And so I've always just been drawn to medical mediumship. So before my sessions, what I do is I do a scan of the body, and I'll just hear things pop into my head. And so the other day I heard Cushing's disease for someone who has really high blood sugar. And I said, obviously I'm not a doctor, so I can't, diagnose, but I just tell them what I hear, and I say, you might want to look this up, and the correlation with the cortisol and the high blood sugar. So that's really cool, and I love doing that.
That's really neat.
Mm-hmm. And I received my integrative nutrition certification through IIN, Institute of Integrative Nutrition. So I do know a lot about supplements and all of that. So I like to not recommend. I'm not a physician, but just maybe throw it out there what we could possibly consider.
Oh, that is awesome.
Taking. Yeah.
So when you're doing a healing on somebody, kind of guide us through it. Like, what do you see? Like, what does that person feel? What is that like for them or for you?
So what I do is essentially go over each chakra, and if it's their first time, I'm seeing a lot of crap come out of the chakra. Like, I will see black stuff just being poured out, pulling it an extraction. So I see extractions just being pulled out. I will also see memories of childhood. I'll see past lives. So what I tell my clients is, look, this is good that I'm seeing this because it's coming out of your body. So essentially just, cleansing all the chakras, all, the trauma and everything. And that could take a couple of sessions. It really can. But it's quite fascinating. And then, again, if the person has been here a couple of times, perhaps that next session will be one of those ascension activations, which I will witness them being pulled up into a different dimension, into what I call a healing chamber. And again, like we talked about, different things will happen, and we'll see different shapes, sacred geometry come in to help do what they need to do. And it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Do you talk to your client while you're seeing, or do you write notes and then go over it after?
I do. I write notes. I think I took it from you. Because I just want to concentrate.
Yeah.
So, but I will also tap into them sometimes before the session. So I will just write out what I hear, feel. And so during the session, it's just completely silent. They're just relaxed. So people fall asleep. I'll also use my sound bowl, which is the heart chakra. I'd love to have all of them, but
I never can get the hang of that thing.
Yeah, no, it's
like clumsy. I'm like, it's not sound right.
It's really cool. I love it because I love sound healing.
Yeah.
And so it takes about, 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
And afterwards, I will talk to them and we're going to go over what I saw.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you do distance sessions as well?
I do. Yes. This works just as well. I had someone in Boston. She got the whole thing while I was doing it.
That's great.
So really, really cool. And what I also do is tap into their guides or spirit animals, guides, or sometimes spirit totem is a symbol of what they're going through. I'll say, I see an alligator, and then we'll look at the meaning and it'll pertain to, kind of what they're going through.
Yeah.
I do see loved ones.
So you do mediumship like that?
I do some mediumship. I don't claim to be a medium, but I do get we do get validation from them. I think it's for their healing.
For sure.
So, yeah.
Sometimes there's like a layer that they're connected to during that healing. I had somebody pop up, I think someone's grandma, and they're like, I haven't talked to that grandma.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, they just want to validate, like, you're a lot like them. And, yeah. Which they say, but that's funny because the family said that. Oh.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Sure. So it's pretty cool. It's a lot. It's a lot in one session.
Yeah, that is a lot in one session. I'm sure they walk away like, oh, okay, I'm feeling good.
They feel really good. After people just claim that it's just a sense of peace that they haven't had for a long time. And one of my friends who has been here a couple times is going through a home renovation. She's like, I just want to be able to handle it as well as I'm handling it right now if I had not seen you past the time. It's true. It's almost like you're like more grounded and
right. That's really great. So how did Reiki find you, or how did you find Reiki?
So basically, my sister and I were obsessed with mediums.
Oh,
okay.
It was like Long Island medium time.
Yes, it was. Yeah, for sure. And then our aunt passed away, so we went to one of our friends with a medium and just gave us some validation. And just was really interested in just found our first mentor in Intermediate. This was kind of randomly found her. And received Reiki attunements for her.
So she did it before you?
So my sister did it before me.
Okay.
And then I did it.
Okay, cool.
And after my Reiki attunements, everything just started opening up. Like I felt my third eye open up one night. I started tingling.
Wow. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Never felt that. I know it's open, but I've never felt
Well, honestly, what happened was I read how to open the third eye, and it said just picture a big bright light shooting out of your third eye, and I did, and that night it just started tingling.
Oh my goodness!
But it must have been that the attunement.
Yeah.
Master Stewie came in to see me, and that's I think the first time I've ever really seen someone. It's out of my third eye. I don't see them like.
I get you. Yeah.
So everything just started snowballing after that, and just the more you research, the more you become obsessed, and just in alignment with my soul purpose.
Right. So you did the Reiki class. So what was that, like a year or 2 years before you actually started working in Reiki?
Yes, actually. Like I said, I just didn't think I was going to do it. But
yeah, there is like a really good like when you're doing Reiki, you do learn a lot about yourself.
Oh, and then you go through the cleanses. So you're detoxing and you're working on yourself. And every time I'm working on a client, I'm working on myself, right? And we get clients that mirror what we need to learn, right? So, really, really.
Do you do any kids or teens or anything?
Yes, I am passionate about it.
Yeah,
that is like my passion. Of course, my daughters, they have anxiety, fears. My friends, they come to me. And I just feel like so many kids these days coming in as the rainbow and crystal children and indigos, I can't remember. But they feel this ascension process and they're more, I think, attuned to it because, kids and pets, they can feel things.
Yeah.
They don't know what's happening. They're getting fears and anxiety, and I just hate that because I had anxiety my whole life growing up. I can't get that. So it's kind of my passion to help with anxiety, but I'm definitely, I think, going to pursue that with kids.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Like kids are like really empathic these days.
Super empathic. I think they come in that way, and I think they're here to help probably with the ascension of the planet.
Right.
But we definitely need to probably activate them. Actually, one of my friends I did a session on him, a distance session, and they activated him the first time.
They did.
Yeah, he's like master, or he's really high up there, and he has misdiagnosed ADHD because he's not grounded and he's connected.
Right.
He's just kind of like, this is boring. Like we need to do some healing work or something.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm 5 steps ahead of you guys.
Yeah, he's like,
already on
what's this all about?
Yeah.
So,
how's he doing now?
He's doing good. Yeah. He's also dealing with what I heard when I did medical intuitive stuff. So just working on that too.
That's so neat about medical intuitive. I really
obsessed.
think that's awesome. What do you do to study that? Do you do something, or
I didn't?
You just kind of came to you.
I just knew because I was drawn to it.
Yeah,
I knew that that's something I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's what I think is great about what we're trying to do here is that there's so many different healers out there, and everyone has their own abilities. Everybody has their own gifts. We're similar in some senses, but I don't see medical stuff. Sometimes I'll see the spleen and I'll be like, okay, let me release here.
Right.
But I'm not the one. I can't even handle blood in person. But I think that's just amazing that you hear that and that you see that. And you were already working in the medical field before you worked in Reiki, right?
That's probably why.
Yeah.
That is why. Because I needed to learn about this stuff.
Right.
And the reason why I got sick, first of all, my throat chakra was blocked. But second is to learn about all this. Because I've been to so many naturopaths and homeopaths and that I've learned, hey, when you try this supplement, or this is a natural approach, versus going to a pill, perhaps.
Exactly. That is so neat. Well, how does somebody go about finding you?
So my website is michellehill.com, and then Instagram is michelle.intuitive. Healer. And same with Facebook. It's Michelle Intuitive Healer.
And her Instagram is amazing. It's so much. I love your Instagram.
Thank you.
It not only looks good, but I love your daily messages. I'm like, oh, like you actually like.
Yeah, you know, I like to write.
Really write.
And I'm going to start a blog because Instagram is not for the, super long. But I love to share messages, so I will
start a blog and maybe a book one day.
Yep, for sure.
Yay! I love it. Well, is there anything that you'd like anybody to know or understand about themselves, or
just that my message to everyone is that everyone can heal. I feel, no matter what it is. I was just listening to a video about cancer, and I truly believe that everyone can heal, unless it's maybe their soul contract. But definitely there are so many avenues and ways to heal. I feel like if you are drawn to a certain person, it's meant to be. If you're drawn to a certain supplement, it's meant to be. But if you go through the healing process and you develop your intuition, that is key, because then you yourself can figure out, do I need that medication? What's right for me? And once we tap into our own intuition, that's how you can help to heal yourself and find the things that will help you.
I thought that's really true. It's all about bringing your awareness and
tapping into yourself. You're the one with all the answers.
Right. So I love that. Yeah. That's really great. Well, that is Michelle. I'm so glad to have her here. She's amazing. I love the way, and you see so well. She really does that. So I highly recommend her. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.